So, with the Jamaican Broadcasting Commission banning songs glorifying the use of drugs, scamming, and violence on the airwaves and on TV, it begs the question, why no? Could it be due to the recent US travel advisory urging its citizens to reconsider visiting Jamaica due to the high crime rate, especially warning its citizens they shouldn't visit certain parishes and communities? It could be, but at the end of the day, Jamaica's economy depends on the tourist industry, and with 82% of all visitors to Jamaica are from the US, it's not a good look that now the US has a level 3 travel advisory on Jamaica, which level 4 being the highest travel advisory level, which is do not travel. Now, we all know crime and violence is a huge problem in Jamaica for decades. However, the people who we put in power to try and stop the madness has either benefited from crime or has failed us over the years, with no accountability. So, what does the government of Jamaica do? But blame and attack dancehall. Dancehall has been a low-hanging fruit for the government over the last couple of years. Some may say since dancehall was created. But they seemingly endorse dancehall culture when it benefits them, trying to be more likable or relatable when elections are near.
Why are you taking on that bro god mantle and putting it into as a slogan now in caps and all kinds of things? Why?
Well, firstly, you took on that slogan for me.
I did?
By introducing me that way. And secondly, you know, you can't ignore the popular culture. Mm-hmm. And it's part of our cultural asset. That's what is making our tourism so popular internationally. People want to come to Jamaica because of that.
Now, when I say the government, I mean politicians on both sides, because both parties are guilty of doing this. Remember when both parties had dub plates by popular artists in the lead up to the 2020 general elections? But at the end of the day, dancehall as an industry needs to get some of the blame. As a genre that created hip-hop and reggaeton, two of the most popular genres in the world today, it's sad how dancehall has been mistreated over the years. And part of the reason is because the players of dancehall industry are not united. Dancehall is a very competitive genre, and the different factions in the industry prevents the artists, managers, and producers to actually unite and form a union and a pension scheme to assist past and current artists who may have fallen on hard times, and also protect dancehall from outside forces.
That now go happen. That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
When you can have the opposition leader of Guyana, Aubrey Norton, publicly saying that Spice and Skillibeng are the worst of dancehall music, and there was little to no backlash from the dancehall community, you know the industry isn't united. When a foreign politician can publicly disrespect the queen of dancehall and of Jamaica's leading international artists for political points, you know dancehall is weak and lacks structure. Remember when Skeng was performing in Guyana when shots were being fired during his performance? What did the Ministry of Home Affairs do? Ban Skeng from performing at public events in Guyana. Skeng was punished for doing his job. No accountability on the organizers on the event and no accountability for the shooter. But everything seemed to fall on Skeng. Remember when the shots were fired, the patrons of the stage show ridiculed Skeng for running and saying he wasn't a real bad man. Sound like a toxic society to me. I mean no, because I live in a toxic society too. And what did the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the so-called bro god, say? It is an embarrassment to me when another country says, I don't want your artists in my country. Dancehall has always spoken about the ills of society. It is a more hardcore form of music. It is telling you what happens in a toxic environment. Crime and violence, drugs and scamming. If dancehall didn't exist, all these vices would still exist because society on a whole is toxic. Some may say, I won't defend dancehall because there are criminal elements in the dancehall industry. That's hypocritical. The fact of the matter is, in every industry there are criminal elements. For example, the BPOs, insurance, health, banking, security, education, utilities, banking. Oh, did I say banking? Anyway, you get the point. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I have uploaded a new video. Now back to regular programming. The Broadcasting Commission banning music promoting criminal activities on the radio is understandable. Jamaica's crime rate is too high and something has to be done about it. But the issue is, will the measures put in place be effective? Have there been previous research showing the correlation of violent music influencing children or adults to take part in criminal activities? The Commission has not given any data to the public to justify their actions. They just continue to use the example that they have been successful in the past with the banning of daggering songs. Does the Commission know that a dance that was a fad and crime and violence are two different things? So using the banning of daggering songs as a metric is madness. The Broadcasting Commission has stated that the banning of these songs isn't a crime-fighting measure, and that the government has no power to tell them what to do. They say that, but the question still remains, why make the drastic change now? The truth is, dancehall will not be affected by the Commission's actions. The young demographic that listens to dancehall hardly or voluntarily listens to the radio. Persons that listen to dancehall mainly do so by YouTube and streaming. With the power of social media such as Tik Tok, Instagram, and YouTube, it has boosted artists' careers without the help of radio. Streaming is becoming more popular in Jamaica. Slowly but surely, the radio as a medium of influence and entertainment among children and young adults will cease to exist. On a whole, this ban might not be able to hurt dancehall, but it's clear that the government uses dancehall as a scapegoat. It seems they aren't willing to put in the hard work to try and find a practical solution in battling crime. If only the dancehall industry wasn't so fractured. They have been attacked by the Noise Abatement Act, which reduces the number of community dances, parties, and concerts. It has hampered the development of music and people's livelihood. If the dancehall fraternity was organized, they would come together and lobby for amendments to the act, which has suppressed our music. To be fair, dancehall has its faults. I mean, to be honest, I kinda get bored of the same topics over the past 4 to 5 years. But that could just mean it's because I'm getting old. So I'm going to let the kids have their fun. Never forget, dancehall is a powerful entity and should be respected. Large events like Sumfest and Dream Weekend are important events that help boost Jamaica's economy. That is when the Tourist Board are willing to invest and the Minister of Tourism and the Minister of Youth and Culture show their faces. Tourism isn't only about pretty beaches and all-inclusive hotels. I mean, big up Peter Tosh and Bob Marley, two of the greatest musicians Jamaica has ever produced. But we need a reggae and a dancehall museum, where tourists and Jamaicans can learn about our culture. Jamaica will not grow if we won't invest into our own culture, instead of the continued disrespect and systematic attacks on Jamaican music. Stay safe, stay blessed, and thanks for watching.